Greetings everyone. My name is Shalini. I'm currently pursuing my BE degree in Computer Science and Engineering. Since the subject Indian Constitution in BE Academia is referred as an objective type paper, this video will be based on MCQ type. Starting with the video, let's solve few MCQ questions and answers relating to Constitution of India. Starting with the necessity of the constitution, Indian system is divided into three categories, namely legislature, executive, and judicial. Legislature makes law, executive implement statute, whereas judicial govern whether implementation of other two bodies are in the ambit of statute. Therefore, these three bodies set up the statute system in India. Here, the first question is, why is constitution necessary for a country? The options are: option A, providing a framework for governance; option B, ensuring the rule of law; option C, establishing the rule of law; option D, all of the above. The first option is ensured by the legislature, and the second option is ensured by the judiciary, and the third option is ensured by the legislature. Hence, provide that all the points are necessary. The correct option is D, that is all of the above. Next question is, why is it important for a country to outline the separation of powers among different branches of government? The options are: option A, to protect individual liberties; option B, to ensure effective governance; option C, to promote stability and predictability; option D, all of the above. Defining the roles and responsibilities of the government enhance its performance. The correct option is D, that is all of the above. Next question is, what is the consequence of a written constitution? The options are: option A, to impose strict governmental control; option B, it provides a clear and stable framework for governance; option C, prevents the separation of powers; option D, suppress individual liberties. Analyzing the options, option B is more appropriate. So the correct option is B, that is, it provides a clear and stable framework for governance. Next question is, the foremost purpose of a constitution is to. The options are: option A, safeguard the rights and liberties of individuals; option B, to limit the power of the people; option C, suppress individual liberties; option D, none of the above. The primary purpose of any said constitution shall be to safeguard the rights and liberties of individuals. So the correct option is A, that is, safeguard the rights and liberties of individuals. Next question is, what role does the constitution play in establishing the framework of government? Options are: option A, protection of rights; option B, amendment process; option C, acts as a cornerstone for the governance of a country; option D, all of the above. Since constitution plays all the above roles, the correct option is D, that is all of the above. Talking about salient features of Indian constitution, Indian constitution, being the lengthiest written constitution in the world, provides the base to make law for the country and ensures individual liberties. So the first question under this topic is, the real executive power is vested in the Council of Ministers, whose head is. The options are: option A, governor; option B, prime minister; option C, the people; option D, president. Prime minister has the absolute authority in the council of ministers to vest the power. So the correct option is B, that is, prime minister. Next question is, the world's largest written constitution came into force on. The options are: option A, 1st May 1949; option B, 13th April 1856; option C, 26th January 1950; option D, 26th January 1976. As said in the previous slide, that the world's largest written constitution is Indian constitution, and the Indian constitution came into force on 26th January 1950. So the correct option is C, that is, 26th January 1950. Next question is what kind of citizenship is given to citizens of India? The options are option A double citizenship, option B single citizenship, option C no citizenship, option D none of the above. India provides one citizenship to a person, so the correct option is B, that is single citizenship. Next question is where do we find a list of fundamental rights of our constitution? The options are option A part 2, option B part 4, option C part 1, option D part 3. In part 3 of Indian constitution, that talks about the fundamental rights, so the correct option is D, that is part 3. Next question is which part of the constitution contains the directive principles of state policy? The options are option A part 4, option B part 5, option C part 10, option D none of the above. Directive principles of state policy is referred in the part 4 of the constitution, so the correct option is A, that is part 4. Talking about directive principles of state policy and its present relevance in Indian society, as we add a glimpse of directive principles of state policy in the prior question, directive principles of state policy is referred in part 4 of Indian constitution. Here state refers to government or nation. So the first question is the underlying objective of the directive principles is to achieve. The options are option A welfare state, option B police state, option C secular state, option D none of these. The correct option is A, that is welfare state. Next question is which act was not passed for implementing directive principles of state policy? The options are option A Forest Act, option B Maternity Benefit Act, option C Water Pollution Act, option D Arms Act. The correct option is C, that is Water Pollution Act. Next question is directive principles of state policy are the options are option A political rights, option B social rights, option C constitutional rights, option D legal rights. The correct option is B, that is social rights. Social rights are nothing but the moral and societal rights. The next question is which of the following is not a directive principle of state policy? The options are option A, living for workers, option B, right to work, education, option C, secure justice and corrupt free judiciary, option D, participation of workers in management of industries. Since secure justice and corrupt free judiciary is not mentioned or is not declared in the directive principles of state policy, the correct option is the C. Next question is Uniform Civil Code means. The options are option A Uniform Civil Procedure Code, option B Civil Law applicable to common man, option C Common Civil Law applicable to all, option D Civil Law applicable to Hindu women and Muslim women. The correct option is C, that is common civil law applicable to all. Civil law are mostly referred for the torts committed by the individual, and its procedure for such is given in a civil procedure code. Next, talking about Parliament, LS and RS, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, parliamentary committees. There are two houses in the parliamentary system, Rajya Sabha prevailing at the state and Lok Sabha prevailing at the central. Here, the first question is which house of parliament represents federal features? The options are option A Rajya Sabha, option B Lok Sabha, option C Vidhana Sabha, option D Vidhana Parishad. The correct answer is A, that is Rajya Sabha. Next question is Union Legislature of India is known as. Options are option A electoral body, option B the parliament, option C cabinet, option D Lok Sabha. Union legislature is nothing but the parliament. So the correct option is B, that is the parliament. Next question is, what is the maximum strength of the Lok Sabha? The options are option A 550, option B 425, option C 545, option D 560. The correct option is A, that is 550. Next question is, what is the purpose of the joint session of the parliament? The options are option A to pass the budget, option B to elect the speaker, option C to remove the president, option D to resolve the deadlock between the two houses. Joint session includes the discretion of both the houses. So the correct option is D, that is to resolve the deadlock between the two houses. Next question is, which is the largest parliamentary committee? The options are option A, Public Undertaking Committee, option B, Public Accounts Committee, option C, the Estimates Committee, option D, Economic and Financial Committee. The correct option is C, that is the Estimates Committee. This estimates the functioning of the government. Then talking about state executive and governor, CM, state cabinet. Under this, the first question is, the governor of a state is. Options are option A, directly elected by the people, option B, elected by the state legislature, option C, appointed by the president, option D, appointed by the parliament. The correct option is C, that is appointed by the president. Next question is, the chief minister is answerable for his acts of omission and commission too. The options are option A, the people, option B is party, option C, legislative assembly, option D, investigation. The correct option is C, that is legislative assembly, because chief minister is answerable for his own deeds to the legislative assembly. Next question is, budget of a state government is based on. The options are option A, the vision of the Council of Ministers, option B, the preparation of the officials of the state, option C, the direction of the central government, option D, direction of the World Trade Organization. Based on the discretion view of Council of Ministers, the budget of state government is announced. So the correct option is A, that is the vision of the Council of Ministers. Next question is, a joint sitting of the Vidhana Sabha and Vidhana Parishad of a state is presided over by the options are option A, Governor of the state, option B, Chairman of the Vidhana Parishad, option C, Chief Minister, option D, Speaker of the Vidhana Sabha. The correct option is B, Chairman of the Vidhana Parishad. Next question is, the authority to dissolve a state legislative assembly is vested in the. Options are option A, Chief Minister of a state, option B, Speaker of the State Assembly, option C, President of India, option D, State Governor. The governor is vested with the power to dissolve the state legislative assembly based on the grounds as may be prescribed. So the correct option is D, that is state governor. Thank you. The standard of what is just and unjust is the law of the state.